There is a brand new provision for the first time through HR 1, the big budget reconciliation bill that passed and is now law and will begin to be implemented. There is a new unprecedented program that comes through the Department of Treasury that allows in states that want to provide this, so states have to opt in. Individuals, you or I, could take a seven up to $1,700 dollar for dollar tax credit and be given a scholarship through a scholarship giving entity. These exist in some states, and the scholarship giving entity would give, you know, if I've given the money as a contribution, I get it back as so I get it as a tax write-off, and then I get to have a scholarship for certain types of educational services. So I could use that as a voucher and go to another school, for example. And there's a list of things that are allowable, but it's for tutoring, curriculum, da da da. And the scholarship entity, we think, is going to have to monitor this. We have no idea how this is going to work. It's never been done in federal law before. We're not happy that essentially federal taxpayer dollars are now going to subsidize vouchers because we know for kids with disabilities and their families who want to go to a private or religious school and you take your $1,700 to help defer the cost of that, you are likely, depending on the nature of that school and their ability to want to work with you, but you do not have any IDEA protections. So you cannot demand IEPs, you cannot demand a certain level of service. There are some things you can get because of the way our law works. There's a little bit of money. That's a whole other conversation. But the bottom line is we don't like vouchers because they don't come with due process rights or any of the rights to FAPE or LRE through the law. I've just used a lot of acronyms. Free appropriate
I
public
will.
education, least restrictive environment. The core pillars of IDEA do not apply to this voucher. Now, they may in your state. I want to be really clear. If you're outside of California, there are some states that provide vouchers that do give IDEA protections, but it's just a couple where that actually is the case.
California can block those scholarship nonprofits, right?
They can. You can
Okay.
decide not to take up that program. The state can decide whether to implement it or not.
Okay. Do you think that we will see other attempts to force school vouchers on states that don't want them?
Unfortunately, I do think we will see it. It's they've been trying for a really long time, and there's now a foothold in federal law, and it will be used as a way to try and tuck it in many other places, I'm guessing. Um, Now, having said that, there aren't a lot of resources to go around, and it costs money. So the optimist in me has to remember that while some may think it's a really good idea, you have to figure out how to pay for it. And they decided to do it through this tax bill and let it be a tax credit. And, if I have my way, we'll gather some data on what that costs and what that looks like. And we can use that as a way to try and negotiate against other things taking money away from other programs that we care about.